You walk into a busy campus cafe, order a latte, and 2 minutes later, it's in your hand. Perfect temperature, exact ratio of foam to espresso. It feels entirely effortless. But behind the counter, making that simple exchange happen requires a massive chain of physical and logistical dependencies. A brilliant concept for a cafe means absolutely nothing if the espresso machine breaks, the milk delivery is late, or the staff is entirely overwhelmed. Bridging that gap between a good idea and physical execution falls to a specific role, the operations manager. Take a look at this list. To keep a business functioning, an operations manager relies on a specific toolkit of 5 basic functions: planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. Notice the strict numbering. They follow this exact sequence to build a business. If you want to take an abstract concept and turn it into a physical, profitable reality, you have to master this specific 5-step sequence. Let's go back to day 1 of our campus cafe. Right now, it's just an empty room with an ambitious goal to serve 500 students a day. Step 1 is planning. The manager has to define that specific target and map out the exact strategy required to hit it before a single dollar is spent. This animated chart shows projected student foot traffic across the upcoming semester. You can see the distinct spikes during midterms and finals. Planning is forward-looking, forecasting that future demand so you know exactly how many supplies you'll need. Once the plan is set, we move to step 2, organizing. This is where the manager takes those abstract projections and translates them into a physical structure. Look at this overhead blueprint. Organizing means allocating resources, budgeting for the right espresso machines, sourcing the beans, and designing an optimized floor plan so the barista can pivot directly from the cash register to the espresso machine to the pickup counter. This step creates the rigid, physical boundaries and constraints that the business will operate inside of every single day. Planning and organizing effectively build the strategic and physical engine of the cafe. However, a highly tuned engine requires human fuel to run it. That brings us to step 3, staffing. We are shifting from managing machines and floor plans to managing people. This covers the strict operational mechanics of human resources. The manager has to recruit, hire, and properly train the right personnel to execute the specific blueprint we just designed. Then we hit step 4, leading. We're now in opening week, right in the middle of a high-pressure Tuesday morning midterm rush. Leading is active and happens in real time. When the line is out the door and the milk frother jams, the manager has to motivate an overwhelmed team, resolve conflicts on the floor, and keep the momentum going. The first 2 steps were all about building predictable systems. Staffing and leading require adapting to the highly unpredictable nature of human psychology when things get stressful. Finally, we reach step 5, controlling. It's the end of the week, and those initial optimistic expectations are about to meet harsh reality. This dual bar chart compares our expectations against reality. The manager reviews specific, cold metrics, calculating profit margins, tracking wasted inventory, and comparing the planned wait times in blue against the actual wait times in red. Controlling is the act of spotting those exact deviations from the original plan and deciding what corrective actions are necessary. It acts as the vital diagnostic tool. Without it, a business can quietly bleed money or lose its entire customer base before anyone realizes there's a problem. After a quick course correction, the campus cafe is running smoothly. Orders are flying out the door, and the profit margins are stabilizing. But these 5 management steps do not end just because the business successfully opened its doors. This diagram illustrates the reality of the process. When controlling reveals a new bottleneck, like an overly long wait time, the operations manager must immediately follow the arrow right back to step 1, planning, to solve it. This continuous cycle applies anywhere. You use it to manage a local coffee shop, and you use the exact same framework to run the global supply chain of a multinational tech giant. Operations managers build the initial structure, but their real value is maintaining this endless loop, serving as the continuous link between a brilliant idea and a sustained successful reality.